What's up, guys? We're back here, Archeage Unchained, another gold making video, money making video for using labor and using no labor whatsoever. So I do have to preface all these videos with each economy is different and your markets are going to be subject to change. Of course, the things I talk about generally will make you money as of the recording date, but as time progresses and more people do it, the profit that you make might not be worth the time and effort involved. So specifically what I want to talk about is what people are after right now. You always have to think outside the box and what people are looking for and trying to do. So in the beginning of a server, everyone is looking to get a house and get land in the beginning. They're also looking to get boats, to get clippers, to get galleons, etc. So those are the most important items in the early game of Archeage. So first off is the clipper. So let's think, everyone wants a clipper, right? So how do you get a clipper? That's the first logical question you need to ask yourself. The clipper design can be purchased on the auction house, but you actually get it from an in-game merchant that sells it at the Mirage Isle, and it's 50 Guildastars. So that's how people are getting the clipper design, 50 Guildastars. Now you have to take the step a little further. How do I get 50 Guildastars? Well, there are some dailies you can do. You get some from the story quest, and then you have to just rewind it back. Like, okay, I got like 100 of these Guildastars from the story quest. That was pretty easy. Maybe I should just make another character and run through the story quest and get 50 Gilda and sell it. That doesn't cost me any labor whatsoever, just a little bit of time. Approximately around an hour to get 50 Gilda, maybe less if you're fast. Well, there's a 7-day deletion on characters. Wrong. 7-day deletion only matters for characters that are over level 30. So if your character is level 29, your deletion time is only 24 hours. And now you may understand why they need to have this deletion timer in-game at all to begin with. Because if you can simply rinse and repeat, delete, create new characters over and over again, you can generate a good amount of gold. Just by doing the quests in the first starting zone and doing the story quests to get the Guildastars, you can generate around 10 gold or so, 5 to 10 gold, depending on which character's questline you do. So on top of that, you also generate about 50 Guildastars. Like I said, you don't want to ever go past level 29. You want to stay at level 29 or lower. And at that point, you've generated around 40 or 50 gold, depending on your server. And then, yeah, just delete it. 24 hours later, you can do it again. There's also another thing, too. If you generate 52 Gilda, you can go sleep in a bed and recharge 100 labor points for your main account. So you can actually make labor by doing this. You're going to make labor by, playing the game for an hour and not spending any of your labor. So you've generated 120 labor right there because it takes you about an hour to do this. So you generate 120. If you get 52 Gilda, you can then use the extra 2 Gilda to sleep in the bed. There's beds in the first starting zone, the very first town that you get. There's a bed there. So everyone can use the bed. It's free. The community centers also have a bed. Another easy way to get Gilda too without pushing your level past 29 is to do the achievements. So, achievements here. You can see level 1 to 5, you have these certain achievements. So this was a really, really great way to actually make money earlier in the server. You could simply make new characters, get 15 Gilda, sell them. 15 Gilda was worth approximately around 30 gold before Land Rush. And you can see everything in Archeage is all about time, supply, and demand. At that time, when Land Rush was happening, people didn't have the time or energy or effort to do this, and they didn't think about it. They wanted houses, they wanted designs to put down so they could claim land, and the smart people were doing rinse, repeat, making new characters. I mean, granted, the smarter people made level 30 dwarfs and ran Arc Pass, but we don't have that anymore. So, this is the next best thing. This is not an exploit. This has been done since the beginning of Archeage. This is why you have 2 character slots on your accounts and nothing more. If they really, really wanted it to be pure, they would have made it you could only have 1 character slot per account. But they fucked up. They admit that they fucked up, and they allowed us to have 2. in old Archeage, you could have 6. This was a problem, but it wasn't anything insane. All right, so that's a way to make money without using labor points. People are now complaining about not being able to make money with crops and farming. That's just simply because no one's buying anything, right? No one's buying anything because they don't have money, because they're sinking it all in haram gear. That is a very true statement. But there are some things that are still selling that are very basic that everyone can do. So mining, you have some very expensive ore. Copper is at 30 silver per. Archeage ore, very expensive. Almost 5 gold per Archeage ore. And again, all these values are going to be different based on your server. Gold is at 28. And yes, all these ores, silver is at 45. All these ores are rare procs. You're not going to get them all the time. This will spend a bunch of your labor. So if you don't have a bunch of labor, don't do this. Your basic material, the stone, is not going to generate you much. So you see stone's about 2. We'll just round up. We'll say it's 2. So stone is not very valuable. When you're mining, you're not going to make much value off of basic mining. Your money comes from when you hit your special procs and you hit good stuff. You can also hit pure stone. So just type in the pure. You can get the pure iron, which nothing special, but it's 10 silver. So that definitely increases the amount of gold that you generate from mining. Pure copper, which this right here is already a moneymaker, guys. So we just looked at copper, and we saw that copper was selling for around, what was it, 35, 40 silver. All these pure items break down into 9 of the basic material. So this breaks down to copper ore, and it's going to generate 9 copper. So that means each copper is around 13 silver. We're going to go ahead and buy all these up because that's a profit of around 20 silver. And it doesn't cost us any labor to actually make this profit. So this is just pure profit. Pure profit for just simply looking. Let's keep going and see if we find any more just free money here on the auction house. So we'll grab these. Alright, so we're going to keep clicking. We're going to buy up to about 110, and then we'll stop there. We'll leave the 109 there. And we're leaving this here on purpose so that the price stays low. So just in case people aren't watching the videos, don't know these strategies and tips, that they might just keep undercutting and putting more of these up. So pure silver. 2 gold, 27. So here we just have to look at silver. We'll do that in a second. I don't think it's valuable. Pure gold, 4. Okay, so we got a baseline there for price. Let's look at pure Archeage. See if there's any pure Archeage. No pure Archeage. Okay, let's look at gold prices. Gold, 28. Pure gold, 4. Not worth it. Silver, 44. We do want to make sure that it's actually selling at this price. So yeah, so it's selling at this price. So then let's go pure silver. And so 2. And if we break it down by 9, that means each one is going to be around 25. This is a slight profit. But hey, profit is profit. You take it where you can get it. Okay. Like I said, we'll leave. Oh, this one's got bid. So let's bid on this one. 14 minutes. So there, mining can be profitable. And just think of this. So if you hit an Archeage ore, if you hit one of these in the pure form, that means you made 9 times 4. You made 36 gold by mining a vein. 36 gold for 20 labor points is pretty insane. It doesn't happen very often, hence why the price is so expensive. But Just think, you make a lot of money on these big procs. I would be very interested to see how much money you can actually generate by spending 5,000 labor points on mining purely right now. Of course, it's going to vary depending on servers, but I would be very, very interested. So if someone has any of that data of like, hey, I'm a miner, I mine 5,000, or this is what my results were, I'd love to hear from you guys. Love to see that information posted down below. I know Arid used to do a ton of these kind of videos and guides and stuff, but I haven't seen Arid around forever, and I don't know what happened to him. So if anyone has data, we can throw this into a spreadsheet. We can figure out, hey, how much money did you make on your server? Is it profitable? We can use the law of averages to adjust, like assume what's going to happen. If you do 5,000 labor points mining, we have a good sample size there of rough averages of what we're going to get. Yes, all the pure ones are very rare, and in 5,000 labor, you might generate like 2 or 3 pure ores. Who knows? Maybe the ratio is higher. I don't know. I don't really do mining that much, but you definitely will hit something. So another thing that everyone can do, and it's not as labor intensive, it's something I've talked about a lot, and I've always talked about it because it's just good. It's one of the best crops to grow. That's always good. Even at 1 silver, it's still really, really profitable. And when I say really, really profitable, you have to change your mindset. Back in the original Archeage, you're looking at getting like 20 silver, 30 silver per labor point. You can't think like that in Archeage Unchained. There's not enough gold going around. There is not enough exploits that have happened in the game. There's not just free farming of gold and crazy. There's in Archeage Unchained, in the Haram system, they take a ton of gold out of the game via upgrading your gear. And almost everybody is upgrading their gear. Even those 4 or 5 gold things, they add up. The repair bills add up. The pet resurrections add up. The price for hereafter stones adds up. Every sale on the auction house is 10% to the invisible NPC merchant, to Triangle Worlds, Game and Go. They take 10% of the cut. And in the original Archeage, when you were a patron, you actually only took 5%. They cut that in half. So there's a hidden gold sink on the auction house that is 10% of every sale price, which is quite large when you really think about it. So cotton, let's jump back to this. So you plant cotton. It's going to take some time to mature. It's 3.5 silver to buy the cotton. So you have to factor that in. When you harvest the cotton, you're going to get 8 to 10 cotton every harvest. If it sells for 1, that's 9 silver. You take away the 3.5, that means you made 6.5 silver per harvest. The harvest is only one labor point. So 6.5 silver for 1 labor point is really good, actually, on this economy and this servers, how this is going. But there's more. You can actually hit lucky procs. So on cotton, I'm pretty sure, not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure that cotton's lucky prop is the royal seed. And look, royal seed prices are 5 gold each. Crazy. Even if cotton doesn't generate you a royal seed, so it says farming. It might be the scented leaf. So even if it is the scented leaf that is your special proc. Yep, from gathering. So it should be the scented leaf, actually. So even if it is the scented leaf, you get 2 gold every time you proc one of these, on top of your already decent 6.5 silver ratio or 5.5 silver ratio that you're getting off of your copper or your cotton. This just free money. You don't want to factor it in really, because it's going to be about a 1 in 100 chance to get. But hey, it's just free money. Makes cotton even efficient, even if cotton was like 75 copper. And if cotton gets to be really, really cheap, then you have to look into seeing if making fabric is worthwhile. At this current point, making fabric is only worth 2 silver per labor point. It's not really worth it. You could be doing better things with your labor. You could also just open coin purses. People complain that coin purses aren't great, coin purses aren't good money, but coin purses are a solid, consistent amount of money, and that's how money is generated in the game. It's around 2 to 4 silver per labor point spent, which, again, you have to throw out all the conceptions that you have about making money in Archeage for Archeage Unchained. Unchained is completely different. Unchained is a new game that has a different economy, a different progression system than anything we've seen before. They take a lot of gold. Also, with the trade-back system, the trade-back is taking out 26 gold for most players every day for their daily family quest, because you have to buy the cargo for 26 gold. So a lot of gold is being taken out of the game. Hence why prices are really, really cheap. People haven't made, bajillions of gold. So making 4 silver per labor point is pretty solid. Don't get down on yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. The game is supposed to last for years, not months, not weeks, not days. Alright guys, hopefully this has helped you and this has got you to thinking about different gold making methods. Of course, there are many, many, many other ways that you can make gold. These are some of the basic ways that you can make gold in Archeage. For these strategies, expect them to probably be valid for about a week or two before enough people do it, and then they crash the market. You can always come back to these strategies if people stop doing it. For example, if the clipper designs get down to like 10 gold each, no one's going to do it. It's not really worth their time for an hour to make 15 gold. I don't think it's really worth your time. But if no one does it, the prices will then start to rise again because there's no one selling clippers, which means the price goes up. New players will keep generating the game, or new characters will keep wanting a clipper. It's always... Clippers are essential to Archeage. Clippers and gliders are one of the core aspects of the game. You need both of those items. They give you the glider for free in the story quest, but the clipper you got to make. And clipper is one of the first things that most players will do because it's just a lot of fun. So clippers are always going to have some value. Even on Legacy, you can still probably sell clippers for like 20, 25 gold or something like that. I don't know. I haven't been on Legacy, but like Legacy players will tell you that people will still buy clipper designs. There's also another design you can sell for 50 Gildastars, and that's the Farm Wagon. Farm Wagon is actually worth more than the clipper right now. It's worth 60 gold. So this is a little tip for you guys that are still here. Farm Wagon. It's a better Gilda trade-in value than clippers right now. Thanks for watching. I like to keep some secret information towards the end of the videos. So as a reward for you guys, this is a better Gildastar purchase than the clippers. And it will be for a little bit longer because not as many people will know because, hey, you didn't get to the end of the video. Alright, thanks for watching. If you watched this far, make sure you hit that like, subscribe to the channel. I will talk to you guys later.